We're talking about the 10 categories of loopholes, and I have to say, this loophole may be my favorite. It's a very dangerous loophole, however, because it is absolutely true. It can be invoked practically in every circumstance, and it's absolutely true, and that's what makes it insidious. And I call this loophole the one coin loophole. And it gets its name, it's weird, like, what do you remember from college? And I read this book in college called The Praise of Folly, towering classic of world literature. And there was something in it that I remembered my whole life. And I finally looked it up because when I was thinking about this loophole, this memory started to come to me, and I was like, let me see if I can find this reference. And I have to say, I was impressed with myself because it's a footnote into The Praise of Folly, because there's a mention in the text of something called the argument of the growing heap. That's another name for this argument, the argument of the growing heap. And this is the argument of the growing heap. And this is why I call it the one coin loophole. If 10 coins are not enough to make a man rich, what if you add one coin? What if you add another? Finally, you will have to say that no one can be rich unless one coin can make him so. And the way the one coin loophole goes, what you do is you look at the one coin and say, well, what's one coin? What difference does it make if you go to the gym one time? Oh my gosh, I've got to write my whole PhD thesis. What difference does it make if I go to the library one afternoon? Or, what difference does one Thin Mint cookie make? And the fact is, the one coin loophole works because it's absolutely true. In the context of a life and everything that you're going to do, one trip to the gym, one afternoon in the library is insignificant. However, the only way that you become rich with coins is by adding one coin and one coin and one coin. And the only way we develop good habits is by doing one action after one action after one action. The only way that you develop the habit of going to the gym is by going today and today and today and today. The only way you're going to get your PhD thesis written is if you go to the library this afternoon and this afternoon and this other afternoon. And what happens with this loophole is that people switch back and forth, and they point to the one coin and in order to say, well, I'm justified in not doing it this one time. Why should I wear a helmet today? What are the chances I'm going to get in an accident today? But the fact is, the only way you're going to have that helmet on when you get in an accident is if you're in the habit of wearing the helmet all the time. And so whenever you feel that impulse, and I certainly remind myself of this, whenever I'm tempted to say to myself, what's one afternoon of doing this? What's one blog post? What difference does it make? Really, that's the only way we form a habit over the long term, is by looking not at the one coin, but at the growing heap. And that is how we become rich.